The government has some tools to influence the economy and ultimately reach these 5 goals, some of which we've already touched on. The first tool we're concerned with is the budget. This relates to the policy tools of taxing and spending, which is at the heart of fiscal policy, which is basically dealing with revenue and expenditures. What is a budget? Well, some scholars will argue that a budget is a manifestation of the size and role of government. Why do they see it that way? Well, the 2 components, spending and taxing. Remember, for a government to do anything, it needs money to do such, and as such, it will tax the citizens for that money. All levels of government need to develop a budget for the coming fiscal year, and as such, the executive and the legislative branches are highly involved in this process. The budget typically always originates in the executive branch, where all the agencies tell their demands or how much they expect to spend in the next year. Further, the executive generates what we call revenue forecast. Basically, how much they expect in terms of money through taxation and other means will come into the government. This sets the stage for the legislative branches and the executive to get to a fight over what we should be spending and on how much. Because of these fights between the executive and legislative branches, exacerbated by party loyalty and ideological polarization, we're seeing more and more failures to pass budgets on time, and we're seeing government shutdowns at the federal level as well as at the states. Some scholars, however, argue that these shutdowns are an economic tool in themselves. When we shut the government down, we shut down services. Things like the Smithsonian are closed to the public, and national parks, trash isn't picked up. This draws attention to the issue, as well as causes pain for the constituents that would be liking to use these services. Ultimately, then, it forces the actors, the executive and legislative branch, to come to some element of a budget compromise to end the shutdown.